Hey everyone, welcome to Secondhand Blasters. This is Normatico here, and tonight we are actually going all the way back, well past Fey Run and towards the Sword Coast to hang out with yet another entry offered by Hasbro that is part of their Dungeons & Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves line. Now, the last time I did a review of this little guy right here, Record, which of course, it is basically a two-shot jolt with a smart AR system. Pull down, fire one, pull down, fire again. The first shot's always stronger than the second one. Now, this time, I'm going to say that they did something a little bit better, at least when it comes to the source material. Those who know anything about Dungeons & Dragons and the Forgotten Realms will know that Record was actually a black dragon. Somehow they turned him light blue. This time we're actually going to go with a much happier dragon. In fact, this one is known as being very friendly and whimsical, and also known as the Sun Dragon. I'm of course referring to the ancient great old dragon Palarendusk. Yet another Jolt Blaster, and yeah. We're going to open up this one, see how he performs. Before I do that, I do want to go ahead and mention that it's kind of interesting that they made only a few in this line, and so far we are batting 1,000 when it comes to Jolt-based blasters. The box itself, of course, has the really cool D&D design, all these etchings. It's really attractive. It is an open box. What you see is what you get. You get, of course, the blaster, and you get your darts, as well as a code here for D&D Beyond, which naturally, because of the fact Hasbro owns Dungeons & Dragons, they are going to want to promote their product and cross-promote it as much as possible. I'm going to go ahead and open this sucker up right now, and we're going to talk a little bit more very soon. We'll be right back once this thing is open. So I want to show one thing really quick as I'm opening up this box and taking this blaster out. Whoever, and this is not going to be safe for the kiddies at home, just to let you know, but whoever decided to tie this blaster into this box definitely knows their stuff, because yeah, that right there looks like something Japanese. If you know, you know. I'm going to go ahead and try to cut this off, and we'll be back. Alright, so after dealing with the remnants of the work done by Mr. Gray, I was able to get the blaster out of the box, and you get two of these cheddar cheese flavored darts. You get the blaster, and the instructions are on the back. Now, the instructions are pretty simple on this box. Step one, you actually go ahead and load the dart into the blaster as so. Step two, you pull the priming handle. Step three, you push this trigger, and the dart goes pew that way. So, it is basically a jolt, but it is going to have a dragon head on it. Now, holding it, I will tell you, it does feel a little weird. For a large hand, you'll get these scales that will kind of like rest up there as a beaver tail. And then, your hand does go underneath the bottom. So holding it like this, you're going to want to squeeze your hands up, because if you pull the trigger, that will actually pinch up against your palm, which might cause some, friction there. And of course, that will slow the plunger, which will then slow the dart going out. So you definitely want to make sure that you lift your hand up above that when you are firing this. So other than that, it feels pretty comfortable. Not gonna lie, it kind of feels like I'm holding a dragon by the neck, which, if this was a meaner dragon, yeah, that would probably be a quest of mine in a Dungeons and Dragons game. The scaling itself, it is on both sides. You get, of course, the pretty side and the ugly side. Once again, Hasbro has failed us with the D&D ampersand only being on the pretty side and not on the quote-unquote ugly side. Again, I want to draw your attention back to the Dungeons & Dragons Dragon Power line that managed to get the ampersand on both sides of the blaster, and both sides look equally attractive. Now, this actually retails at about $11. I can, for the life of me, not figure out why they would put such a high price point, because they own the rights to Dungeons and Dragons, so it's not like you're paying a D&D tax. This is a Jolt. You can find a Jolt for $4. Heck, they sell the Ace, which is the Elite 2.0 variant of the Jolt, for $2.97 at Walmart right now. So why this is priced so high is beyond me. My only guess is that they're going to say, well, kids are going to want this and nerds have money, so let's fleece them. Shame on you, Hasbro. Shame on you. But in my case, I lucked out because this was on clearance at Target and I only spent $3 on it. So shame on you, Hasbro. Victory for me. Up next, we're going to go ahead and actually hook this up to the chrono, and then I'm going to do a range test, and I will be back afterwards to give you my final thoughts on what I think of this little Dragon Jolt. So we're going to do the chronograph test. I'm going to shoot 4 total darts through Palorandusk. Okay, so it is not a very pretty day outside here in Ohio. Weather is not not good for me to go out to the parking lot range. Not to mention, this is not a performance blaster, so I don't think it is even worthwhile to get something where I can shoot over 100 feet. That being said, we are outside of Casa Normatico, which if you've seen any of my videos, you might have seen the driveway range before. But if you haven't, let me just run this down. The end of my driveway, it is about 35 feet away from where the camera is positioned. Right back there, where the gutter is in front of my neighbor's house, is approximately 60 feet. And then after that, it's 15 feet to their sidewalk, and then 10 feet with each section of their driveway. I doubt that this is going to get that far, but we're going to do an angled shot, and then we're going to do a straight shot and see just how far Palorandusk can actually fire. Who knows, maybe I can summon the great Palorandusk to help the sun shine again here in Ohio. With an angled shot, we got almost 55 feet. Let's do a straight shot. So with an angled shot, it was about 55 feet. It is a kind of a windy day, so it kind of knocked the dart off course, but I am going to have to take it. The straight shot got around, I want to say, about 50 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick dart recovery, and we're going to see on the pictograph just how far everything went after I do my measurement, and I'll be back with my final thoughts regarding Palorandusk. So here are my final thoughts regarding this little fella right here. $11, not worth it. Absolutely not. No way, no how, in no universe is this worth $11. I paid $3.50 for it. Actually, no, I think it was like closer to $3.97. Whatever. I paid less than $4 for it. So that was okay. Knowing how it performs, would I have bought it? I probably would have gone with just a Jolt, only because of the fact that this right here, even though it is made to bend, it doesn't bend enough that if a kid was to start doing this with it, it wouldn't hurt them. Picture this as a parent. You have an 8-year-old that has this toy. They have a 3 or 4-year-old brother. We all know the kids that age. They like to grab things that aren't theirs, and they just like to start whacking things with it. Me as a parent, the last thing I want is for some little toddler to come up and just whack me with a really hard, sharp piece of plastic. Or themselves. So because of that, I don't really think this is the safest toy. Again, it is 8 and up, but we do know that things do happen. This is completely different than the Dragon Power, which actually had more of a hard, firmer rubber rather than a hard, sharp plastic. And it did not hurt as much if you were to actually impact it. These horns right here on the top, that also is a point of impact that could cause a little bit of injury for a child. So because of that, I don't recommend this. If you really like dragons and you really like Dungeons and Dragons, sure, go ahead and do that. I would still stick with the Dragon Power line only because of the fact that this is lazy design aesthetic. It is solid yellow. You only have the white of the eyes. You don't have the scaling on the side here only because of the fact that that's where they do the warnings telling you not to be an idiot. Um, but you do have the ampersand there. The least they could have done was create some sort of elevated ampersand and then have the writing on the ampersand itself and blend it into the design. They could have done some sort of coloration with the actual horns here, like they did with the core, but they chose not to. With Record, he had the front horns that were actually a different material. They were a rubbery material. They were movable. You could actually do something with it. And the blaster performed better than this one. So why? I don't get it. Um, all in all, I'm glad I only paid $4 for this. I would have been much more upset had I ended up paying the $11 that they were asking for this, because yeah, this is just not worth $11. Okay? Now, I do want to remind you all, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you want to see more reviews like this, definitely subscribe. If you have any comments regarding this blaster, if you say, hey, Normatico, I actually like Paloran Disc, or I hate the Dungeons and Dragons series, go ahead and leave a comment. We'll have a little chit chat there and see, what we can come up with. One thing I do want to remind you all, again, we are running that free blaster giveaway. You're going to go ahead and actually hear about that in a second. Until then, thank you for watching Secondhand Blasters. Keep on blasting.
Hey everyone, one last thing. I just want to remind you all that we are still doing that free blaster giveaway once I hit 100 subscribers. Now, currently I believe I'm somewhere right around 31. I'm averaging an extra subscriber or two every video that I create. So we should be there pretty soon, hopefully. But that being said, once I do hit 100 subs, I will be creating a video that basically lets everyone know it's time to give away a free blaster. And those who watch that video will be able to send an email, and upon doing so, I will enter their names into a drawing. And once I draw that name out, that person will receive the free blaster of their choice. Currently, I have a Nerf Rival Vision. I have a Zuru X-Shot Crusher. I have a Elite 2.0 Phoenix, an Elite 2.0 Turbine. All of those are new in box and are available to go free of charge. As well, if you are not interested in one of those, I do also have a Nerf Mastodon that is already boxed up, ready to go. That one is not new in box. It has been slightly lived on, but it is in absolutely perfect working condition. I will even toss in darts for that one as well. So you can't win unless you subscribe. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you later. Until next time, keep on blasting.